Okay, so this shit just came to mind. I was just at some drive-through or whatever, or a Sonic drive-through, and I saw some people like I guess employees sitting at a table, all huddled together and shit. And it made me think about like cliques, and most importantly, mainly work cliques. Now, I understand that like society is built on you know groups and civilizations and cliques to some extent. There are hierarchies and levels to everything. That you got peasants and slaves, and if you belong to this group, then you get treated this way. I understand that from a society standpoint. But what I don't like is when it boils down to it's like almost this type of thinking boils down to everything. Like it's really bad in schools. So I'm not even gonna talk about school, but I'm gonna just say this: it doesn't end after school. After you graduate high school or whatever, the shit does not end. It happens. It's like in the workplace, cliques happen, but it's like in the workplace, it's like cliques on steroids. You know what I'm saying? It's like times 10. I've worked like probably 20 jobs in my life. And I've seen it at every single job where you have cliques and shit. Now, me personally, I never gave a fuck about a clique. I'm not a clique person. I do my own thing. Like I've had a group of friends and stuff that I would normally hang out with, but that's different. I think all right. This is the thing about a work clique. The thing about work cliques, what makes that different, even from a high school clique or just your clique of friends you hang out with, what makes a work clique the most toxic thing on the planet, or at least one of them, is that these people mostly are not your friends. Like, most work cliques are just people that hang around each other at work. On a rare occasion, you have some coworkers who know each other outside of work, and they hang out outside of work. But that's only because they knew each other before that job. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with making a friend at work. No, I've made plenty of friends at work. There's some people that I've made, a friend at work who I respected them, and I've been closer to, not over the years, but just our interactions felt more authentic than anybody I've ever known in my life. Just meeting people at work, and you never see them again though. Like after work, you rarely see these people. After you quit or they get fired or whatever, you hardly keep in contact with them. Shit like that. But while we were at work, it was like the dynamic was stronger because I guess, and this is the thing about work cliques. I guess it's because you're at work, so you all have a common bond. There's something you can bitch about the boss and complain about the same things and shit. So yeah, work cliques can be some of the you can form really strong bonds with a friend that you make at work. But that's because you guys have so much in common. You find similarities in yourself real quick. So if you're like a piece of shit type of person, you're gonna really click with the piece of shit people. So this is why work cliques are so toxic and poisonous. They want to talk about toxic culture and shit that needs to be canceled. Like work cliques need to be fucking canceled. This shit is toxic. You got these people who they basically get together and they talk about all the other coworkers and shit like that. You know what I mean? A lot of the times, not all of them, but a lot of the times, And what I notice a lot too in the jobs I've worked, when there's a work clique, they kind of only talk to the people in their clique. They exclude anybody else. If anybody else besides the manager or the boss or whatever tries to talk to them, it's a wrap. You're gonna get talked about. You're gonna get shit on. You know what I mean? I've seen people like in a clique, like sit at the table or whatever. Like I've been cool with people who were in a work clique, but I wasn't a part of the clique. But I was cool with like one or two people out the clique or some shit or whatever the fuck. Or I would just talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll talk to anybody. I don't care. A lot of times, I got a text message, so my train of thought is off. Okay, where was I? All right, so a lot of times with that, You can talk to somebody who's in the clique, but if the other members in the clique don't like you or something like that, then they'll kind of get in the ear of the person. Like I've had people. I've talked to a person who was in like a clique, or they were, associated with them, and then they'll come to me and tell me something that somebody in their clique said about me or some shit like that, and I never let it bother me. But it's just little shit like that. It's like, are you serious? Like, never done anything to these people, or I've seen like, everybody, they see somebody who's in the clique. Oh, what's up? How you doing? Blah blah blah. They get to chit chatting. And then they'll see another person who's not in the clique will walk by and say, "Hey, how you doing?" They'll get ignored or some shit like that. I've seen that. I've literally seen this shit. I've seen this shit. Like, and then the rumors and gossip and shit. It's, man, bro. Like, it's just ridiculous, man. I'm not gonna make this too long. I can go like an hour talking about this shit, but the work cliques are the worst cliques in the world, man. You see this at every industry, any job that you go into. It doesn't matter. It's all like high school, but it's extended. High school doesn't end after you graduate. High school keeps going into the work world. So that's why it's important when you go to work, man, you go to work to get a check. That's what I do, and I don't give a fuck about a clique. I don't give a shit. I'm cool with everybody. I'll talk to anybody. I don't care what you look like, who you are, but I do not do that clique shit. I don't do that. No, I don't do none of that shit because I don't got time to hear about nothing what's going on with so and so and such and such. I don't have time for it. So yeah, I don't do the clicks, man. I go to work to make money, and a majority of people do that as well. I'm not saying everybody's in a clique, but a majority of people do that. They go to work to make money and then they leave, and that's it. I'm not there to dap hands and all that. Like, all that extra stuff is good, conversating and all that, but forming cliques at work is one of the worst things you can do. There's people who lose jobs over a work clique. You know what I mean? Somebody within the clique will, will tell on somebody. You come to the clique with some shit you did or some shit you got going on outside of work, and then you could be like, yeah, man, I was smoking some weed or whatever, blah blah blah. And then somebody in the clique who heard you could go to like management and be like, so, such and such is smoking or whatever. And then you get fired. They drug test you, you get fired and shit. Or, such and such was smoking before work and blah, blah, blah. Like, all this shit, man. Work cliques are very dangerous. You have to stay away. Just do your job. That's it. It's okay to make friends and be cool with people. Be cordial. But outside of that, you must stay away from the work clique. Straight up.